Good morning. So I'm excited on a gorgeous sunny day to have Kirk McClary. Am I saying
McCarley.
McCarley? You just said it to me too. See, you know what? Yesterday was National Coffee Day. I obviously didn't have enough. And so I'll load up here, but we'll get it right. You are the you have executive leadership experience in both the public and private world. And you are you're the coach of the Seed Sower. So
I'm the Seed Sower Coach.
You're the Seed Sower Coach, which is kind of a unique name. It caught my attention for sure. What does it mean? Tell me, I could read your bio, but I always find that sort of a little boring to, read the bio. You tell me what your bio is. It's much more.
I'll talk about the Seed Sower Coach. First of all, it's a play on a couple of different things. One being the gospel from Luke about planting seeds and nourishing and watering them so that they'll grow. And so
I love that. Yeah.
My seeds are clients, and how can I nourish and help them sustain themselves and to grow into something even more beautiful than what they already are? And using that gardening parallel, the second component of it is I'm a gardener and have been for a long time. And so always experimenting with planting seeds and what's going to work in our warm and humid Northwest Florida climate and sand on top of that. So that was how the name came into being. And the mission or the vision of my business is to go out and plant these seeds and to nourish them and to help them to grow, and the seeds being the clients. So
well, I think in my business, when I talk so much about messaging and being on brand all the time and being authentic, I don't think you could be more authentic in picking a name and how you speak about it. And I love that, because right off the bat, like I just did, if I say, how did you get your name and where does it come from? It just speaks right to your heart. I mean, I just felt that, and I love that. And it just grabs you in to want to work with you. And so I appreciate that, because I can tell you thought about when establishing, your business, because it tells someone that you're far more than, and I'll use quotes, the business coach. You're really going to nurture them, as you said, and you're going to watch them grow. And I like that. Tell me a little bit about your background, how you came to be in your everyday world of doing this job, this passion.
Yeah. For most of my career, I was an HR professional, human resources, and dealt with the nuts and bolts of the employment experience. As I got later into that career, and I've never really had designs on retirement per se, but I felt compelled to pursue something else. Later in my career, I found that people were approaching me, not so much interpret this personnel policy or tell me about pay benefits, but Kirk, I'm kind of lost in my career with what I'm doing on this earth. What would you give me as far as advice to help identify what my opus is going to be? So that seed was planted for me. What I did next, as I contemplated future career, I hired a coach myself, and we explored opportunities. I thought about teaching. I thought about therapy. I even thought about ministry a little bit. But when these intersections all combined, I looked him in the eye and I said, I want to do what you do, which is coach people. And so that was 2013. I began to take steps towards that, such as enrolling in schooling, pursuing certification as a coach. And not long after that, I had a life event which helped propel me towards that even more. And that was, I'm also a group exercise instructor, teach spinning. And I was working out in the gym in 2014. And during the middle of an exercise, the world just went dark. And the next thing I knew, there were paramedics or EMTs that were posed above me. I was flat out on the floor, had the oxygen mask on, and they were asking me my name, date of birth, what day it is today, different things like that. It was on a Friday. So I spent the weekend in the hospital because they couldn't run tests until the
Right.
following workday, which was Monday. They pronounced that the diagnosis is you have a triple bypass, and we're going to go in and do surgery tomorrow. And there wasn't so much fear as, okay, I'm ready for what's next with this.
Mm.
But I realized I'd been very fortunate to have had my health episode in a place where people are trained in CPR, AED. There's equipment that's there, there's people there. I may well have been out in the wilderness somewhere riding my bike and would have had no helper aid. So that was a blessing, one. Secondly, was that health event to take an accounting of where I was in life at that point, what I wanted to do going forward, and realizing I had the second chance to really achieve my capstone. And Sari, I'm
Mhm.
having a blessing and an opportunity to do that each and every day. It's so much fun.
I think on a sidebar, you'd enjoy this book I'm reading. It's called Roar. Um,
Roar.
yeah, and just to throw it out there, and I just picked it up, and I think you would enjoy it. You probably will end up recommending it to some of your clients. Um, it's about sort of the second phase of your life and what you do with it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very powerful, um, but you are very lucky, and what a message, and what a blessing, and thank God you're okay. You know, but what a blessing to be able to sort of see those messages of, to, you know, to reevaluate what, you know, what is next. And more so that you took that to go help other people, not just yourself. I mean, some people might say, okay, this is a message. I got to slow down, and I've got to change my life, and I got to, I. And what you did was, I need to make changes or do something different, but you actually did it to help other people. So I think you have the combination of ministry, therapy, and coaching, because I've often said coaching has a little bit of the spiritual, the guidance, the therapy, you know, there's a little bit in that as I talk to a lot of different coaches. And I really, in this seat of this past year and a half of talking to different types of coaches, I really say to people that you should talk to a lot of different coaches. I've even gotten one of my kids into talking with a coach, because you can have a therapist, that's great, but there's all different types of coaches, and they really sort of help do that guidance and step by step, sometimes for you, of what you need. Sometimes it's a business coach, sometimes it's that financial coach, sometimes it's, I like to say, the calendar coach, you know, get you in the, you know, so I love that. Who are some of the clients that you work with?
My intention when I launched my practice and wanted to identify my niche was a couple of different areas. One, people such as myself who were late in career, looking for their nirvana. What do I want to do next? I don't necessarily want to retire, but I want to move on to the next thing, my achieving my self-actualization needs, so to speak. So that's one group. The other is, I always think back to the beginning of my career, and how lost I was. Am I doing the right thing? What do I want to do? How do I get started? I may have been in the work environment for 3, 4, 5 years, but am I really leaving my footprint on this world as I would like to? So I gear towards a completely polar opposite group of people, those at the front end. Sarah, what do I end up with? Yes, those folks, but everything in between. And that has been quite a fascinating part of this journey.
I probably asked you the question that makes me laugh the most when I get asked that question, who are your clients? Because I always say, who aren't my clients, anybody who sort of walks in the door that I can help. And I can see that, Kurt, you're the same way. Your internet or my internet is sort of wobbling. And so I will let you go, but how do people find you if they want to be in touch with you?
Kirk McCarley is my name, Sari. I am in Northwest Florida, a half a mile from the Gulf of Mexico. It's lovely for those who are looking for a place to vacation and visit. The Seed Sower Coach.com is my website. My email is kirk@theseedsowercoach.com. And I've got a St. Louis phone number. We were there in the Midwest for 16 years, 314-677-8779.
Perfect. I'll make sure it's all on my link today so people can reach out to you. I can tell that you are just going to nurture a lot of people and let them grow in their business. I love that. I think it's a great message. And you are right. My parents are in the Gulf in Florida. And other than a few hurricanes that like to sneak up the Gulf every once in a while, it is a magnificent place to visit. I look outside in Michigan and it's still green outside right now, but when that white stuff comes down, and it will come down soon enough, I'm out of here. So we will all be out of here, but you picked a great spot to be for sure. So I look forward to hearing more from you soon.
Sarah, you're so kind. It's good to meet you, and thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you. Have a great week.
You as well.
All
Bye
right.
now.
Bye-bye.